Okay, so come into a really comfortable place to begin. I'm going to invite you to be seated for a meditation. If you want to lie down, please. I love that, Vicky. That was very graceful. You're like, oh no, that's a false alarm. But by all means, if you want to lie down, if you're like, no, I'm tired already, then lie down. Please be my guest. If you if you're happy to sit, then that's okay. Okay. So the theme of our practice this morning, and perhaps it can be um, something that we can take with us throughout our day, and maybe that journeys into our week. Maybe it's an offering, it's an invitation always. But the theme of our practice is peace. So as you settle and as you arrive into a shape that you feel quite happy to hold for the next maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes, perhaps you can allow that word just to land. What does it mean? What do you feel? What instinctively sort of arises when that word kind of is uttered? Peace. It's something that I certainly seem to feel the moment that I commit myself to step onto my yoga mat. If I could feel like that every day of my life, then I'd be winning. But something happens, and maybe it happens for you as well. When you actually commit yourself to a practice, you roll out your yoga mat, it's like, oh yeah, this is it. It's happened. And maybe it's quite instant for you. Maybe it takes a little bit longer. Maybe you feel it at the end of your practice. Neither is wrong or right. But we all know, I'm sure, that the workings on our yoga mat are really something that we try and take into our day, aren't they? So that we can perhaps learn how to be more patient, be more understanding, be more compassionate with ourselves, and in turn, how we relate to others, how we relate to the world. Without thinking about it too much, bring your attention to your hands and just notice how they're resting. And if perhaps it feels comfortable to take a mudra, so a gesture with your hands, placing the index finger to your thumb, creating a circuit of energy. And then depending on how you feel like depending on what you need, right? Either having your palms facing the ground. This is a gesture of knowledge. So whatever you're facing right now, maybe you feel like, yeah, I need to sit with and invite in knowledge. Then take Jhana Mudra. Or if however you feel, I'm not sure, maybe I need to invite energy, the palms up, taking Chin Mudra, the gesture of consciousness, the gesture of wisdom. If you're lying down, you can do the same. Yeah. And then start to draw into your physicality, start to draw into your body. Let yourself land, let yourself completely arrive. And what I mean by that is let your bones arrive here. And now that you have, maybe you can relax into your joints, and tension in your muscles can dissolve. Noticing the parts where you connect with the floor, but let that also be a gentle reminder that you are being lifted and you are being held and supported. As equally as you rest on the ground, she also holds you. And as the body becomes quieter, the body becomes still. We can start to bring our attention onto one thing. Allow that to be your breath if possible. Maybe it doesn't change just yet. You just see it, you watch it. So even in this seemingly simple act of watching the breath, can you find peace? Just to see it just as it is. Knowing that in these moments, there's nothing you need to do. There's nowhere else you need to be. And as you begin to watch your breath, it acts like a mirror so that we can observe our mind. What's the quality of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions this morning? Don't give yourself a hard time, just notice. In this watching, as we become the observer, we study the self, svadhyaya, to study the quality of the mind, to study the self. And if there is something agitating your mind this morning, maybe asking yourself, why? Do I need this agitation? Do I need this irritation? And what I mean by an irritation, like something is scratching or clawing for your attention, is something trying to like, hey, listen to me. Whether that's a feeling, whether that's a reoccurring thought, just notice it, give it power, give it space, and then let it go. Yeah, let it go. Maybe we can bring into our attention a mantra, a repetitive thought. So now we replace that emptiness with a focus. It was the breath, and now maybe we can bring a mantra into our mind. Maybe there's something that you're working with particularly. And if that's the case, I want you to stay with that mantra. Or maybe we can internally repeat, or maybe you want to say out loud, I am at peace. I am at peace. And if you notice resistance to that. Watch your resistance. See that as an additional teaching. Be compassionate, be patient. In the Yoga Sutras, Patanjali offers us this learning where if we find ourselves battling with a difficulty, whether that be a habit, a thought, a negative feeling, a situation, we practice bringing in the opposite. So if there's chaos around you, and there's chaos around us right now, yeah, it's a difficult time. It's even more important, therefore, that we invite the opposite value in. We invite in peace. We bring it in. We welcome it into our heart. We welcome it into our body, into our mind. I am at peace. Allow your attention now to drop away from any thought, any mantra. Let your breath relax. For those of you that might be lying down, I invite you to take your time, always take your time, but to come and join in a seat. Or just do a really gentle pranayama practice. If you've been sitting and you feel like you need to stretch out your legs, please do. We're not going to be here too much longer. So allow your back, neck, and head to be in one line. Sit tall. Lift up through the top of your head. Lift up through the top of your, the roof of your mouth. Feel that space lifting up like a parachute. Allowing your feet and your shins and your knees and your thighs and your sitting bones to connect down. So they're the anchor point that grounds you into this space. Allow your breath in now to fill your belly. Let your abdomen expand like a balloon. And then exhale out through your belly, drawing the lower tummy in, and even lifting up through the pelvic floor here. Breathing in into the lower tummy, and maybe into your lower ribs. Maybe you can feel your bottom ribs flaring out. Exhaling, the ribs draw in, the belly and the pelvic floor lifts gently. And again, deep breath in, fill the belly, the ribs, the middle ribs, the side of your body, into your lower back. And breathing out. And breathing in. This time expanding all the way to the top of your rib cage, up to your shoulders, your collarbones. And breathing out. One more like that for me. Deep inhale. And then hold the breath at the very top. Draw all of the breath in that you can. And then draw the chin to your chest. Hold the breath inside. The belly is out, and then lift through the pelvic floor. Mula Bandha, lifting in and up. Meet your very edge, meet that uncomfortable point. And then as you exhale, lift the chin, slowly release all of the breath out. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Hold the breath outside for a moment, chin to the chest, pelvic floor lifts, so the breath is outside. And draw the lower belly in if you can. Feel your navel drawing to the spine and then lifting up towards your ribs. Moving toward that uncomfortable edge and then breathing in when you need. Lift the chin, release your bandhas. Do one more of those for me. Top of the inhale, you hold, chin to the chest. Releasing as you breathe out. At the bottom of your exhale, hold, chin to the chest. Mula Bandha, pelvic floor. Uddiyana Bandha, the flying lock, your navel drawing in and up. And release your bandhas as you inhale. Out through the mouth as you exhale. And take your arms up to the ceiling for me, yogis, all the way up of your head. Deep breath in. And then twisting to your right as you exhale. Stay here, but take a deeper breath in. Lift up through the top of the head, lift the roof of the mouth up. Stay as you exhale. Sink a little deeper into the twist, but try not to drop. Try not to lose the distance between your tailbone and the top of the head. And then again, inhale, stay here. And exhale to stay. We'll take Kapalabhati breath here. So stay in your twist, inhale. Kapalabhati is where you draw the belly back on the exhale. Keep it going and find a rhythm that serves you. And feel that cutting into the belly. So you're cutting through any resistance. Three, two, one. Stay on your twist. Inhale a little taller. Exhale, stay in the twist as you sink a little deeper. Arms up, face forward, deep breath in. We'll do that on the other side. Exhale, twist. Inhale to stay. Exhale to stay. Inhale to prepare this time. You've got Kapalabhati, 20 repetitions. Off you go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay in your twist. Deep breath in. Hold as you exhale. And then arms up. Deep breath in, face forward. Well done. Hands to the knees or your thighs as you exhale, release. Take a moment, let yourself just respond. Bringing our hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Drop your internal gaze towards your heart. A moment perhaps for you to set your intention. And let it come from the place that you're gazing toward. Let it come from that place. Let's take 3 arms. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale to chant. Okay, yogis, stretch out your legs. Oh, feel back into your feet. Give your legs a little massage if they need something. So as well as our focus of peace this morning, we'll be working a lot with our shoulders. We're doing a fair bit of opening, right? In the upper body, exploring some back bends. So as always, take it easy. Rest anytime you need to. Let's bring our feet to the ground, about hips width apart, the knees are pointing up, and then place your hands back behind you. I invite you to have your fingers pointing forward if you can. If that is mega uncomfortable and you want to turn your hands back, that's fine. We'll begin to place a little bit of weight into the feet and just test out, just to bring a little bit of weight into the hands. And then sink your hips back down toward the floor, and then lifting up and lowering. Lifting and lowering. And when you lift up, really think about your sitting bones squeezing together. When you lower, release. So your gluteal muscles in your butt cheeks are engaging. When you're lifting up, squeeze the back of the body and then sink. Lifting and sinking. And then maybe the next time we lift and hold. And then as equally as you're bringing your attention to your back, your butt, into the hands as well. And think about your shoulder blades drawing together. So there's a crease in between your shoulder blades. Smooth breath in. Press into all of your toes. Smooth breath out. Sink the hips down. Walk your feet forward. Keep your hands where they are if you can. Stay on the heels of your feet. Begin to lift up and sink. Maybe the hips hover rather than plonking down. So the weight stays in the arms. Lower. Squeezing at the top and lower. Keep going if you can. The last time, we're going to hold it if we can. Lift up, reverse plank. Point your toes this time. Feet flat on the floor. Lift up through the back body. You're doing amazing. 3, 2, and 1. Low. Cross your feet. Let's come into child's. Bring your knees wide. Hips back, arms wherever you want them to be. They can be forward, they can be by your side. And then let's slowly arrive into down dog. Shift the weight, lift the hips and arrive. Relaxing any tension in your neck now, yogis, in your jaw, relaxing your face. Allow your heel bones to descend downward toward your mat. And allow your thighs, the front muscles, to lift up, all the way up to the crease of your hips. And think about your sitting bones drawing down towards your heels, like you're trying to point your sitting bones toward your feet. Powerful pressure into your hands. The chest is pressing back towards your thighs. And either look to your feet or look to your belly, but try and relax your face. Ujjayi breath, smooth, long, conscious breathing. And then begin to tiptoe your feet forward. Walk down the center of your yoga mat so the feet come in between your hands. If you need to move your hands away, that's okay, all right? And then take your feet a little bit wider for me. Soften your knees and bring your belly to your thighs. Take the hands behind your back and interlace your fingers. And as you draw the hands away from your back, feel free here to move your arms from side to side. So we're really trying to open the upper body, open the upper back. So I'm moving my shoulders from side to side. I'm swaying my arms behind me from side to side. My head is moving. Do whatever feels right. This isn't a particular move. I just want you to explore opening up where you can. Yeah, creating a little bit of room. You got it. Yes, lovely. And then slowly as you find center, release your hands down.
Keep your knees soft and your arms heavy, roll up, press into the feet, keep looking to the floor, peel up through your back, slowly, slowly, slowly.
Nice. Take the arms above the head for me. You can bring the feet together if you want. Interlace your fingers and send your palms up and then over to one side. Doesn't matter which side you do first. And as you reach over to one side, squeeze your sitting bones together. We want to try and keep our attention to that part of the body. When we move into any direction with our back, we want to make sure our gluteal muscles and our butt cheeks are working, they're switching on. You need to have that conversation with them because they won't always do it automatically, right? Come back to center, keep the arms in that shape, and then over to the other side. Feel as though you're clearing out any space in your ribs and your armpit. You got it? Wonderful. And then come back to center. Keep the arms in the shape, your palms are up, the fingers are interlaced. And let's draw into a half lift. So send your hands forward. Keep the arms by your ears, so you're in a halfway lift. Woohoo. Interlacing the fingers here if you can. Send the palms of your hands forward. You're doing amazing. Long breath. 3 and 2. Hands all the way down, soften your knees. And then hands to your shins for me. We're gonna do cat-cow here. Hands to the shins, legs can be straight. And then as you inhale, lift the chest and peel your shoulders back and together. As you breathe out, press into the shins and round your back, chin to the chest, look to your belly. And then breathe in, arch the spine. And exhale, round the spine. Don't worry so much about what it looks like. Just feel into it. Just trying to find some articulation. Yeah, you got it. One more round of cat-cow here. Ooh. And then hands to the floor, feet together. Take a really long breath in, half lift. Keep the hands down if you can. And then step the right foot back. Lower the knee, send your arms up. Deep breath. Yes. Let's come into downward facing. Send the left foot back. And then arrive in plank, shoulders forward, round through your back. Hover your knees like you're faking a tabletop. And then send your hips back, down dog, extend your legs. And again, inhale, plank. Exhale, bend and hover your knees. And then press back into downward facing dog. You got it. Take one more like that. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Down dog, right leg up. Deep breath in. Bring the knee to your nose as you exhale. Look forward, foot between hands, back knee to the floor. Send your arms up. Full breath. Forward fold, lower the hands, and step your right foot forward. Feet wide for me here. Hands under your feet. Pada Hastasana. Lift your chest up. Pull on your hands with your feet. Breathe in. And then fold even more deeply as you exhale. So you're looking in between the legs. Maybe you're looking up. Maybe you're looking through the legs up toward the ceiling. Woohoo! You can feel that stretch in your back. Maybe you feel it somewhere else. That's okay. This is also for the wrists. So feel like you're really stepping on the back of your hands with your toes. Even give your little wrists a little massage with your toes. And then slowly, one by one, release your feet. Bring them together, half lift. Inhale, look forward. Keep the hands down if you can. Left foot back, left knee down. And then send your arms up. Deep breath. Downward facing dog. Deep breath out. Into plank. Deep breath in. Hover your knees and send them back as you exhale, down dog. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Inhale, left leg, send it to the sky. And then bring it forward, lower the back knee and send your arms up. Breathe. You got it, yogis. And then hands down, move your right foot forward, forward fold. This time we'll come up to standing, deep breath in, send your arms up. Hands to the heart center, exhale. Wonderful. Send your arms to the sky, palms together if you can. Look up, squeeze your sitting bones.
And then forward fold. Lower the hands, relax your face in. Halfway lift, long back, look forward. Right leg up, standing split is a transition. Reach your toes up and then send the foot back and lower the back knee down. Send your arms to the sky and then interlace your fingers. Send your palms up. Yeah, palms to the sky. Press the hands away. Squeeze the back of your body. Keep sending your attention to the back of your right thigh. Nice. Hands to the ground, frame the front foot, come off the back knee, tuck the toes under, keep the feet where they are, fold, and keep your back heel lifted. Inhale, the chest raises, and exhale, the chest folds. Take 2 more of those for me. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay, right hand to the floor, bend the front knee, side plank. Outside edge of the back foot, step your left foot back and reach your left arm up. Remember, your option is to bring your underside knee to the floor if you need a little bit more support, and that's okay. Have that conversation with yourself. What do I need? Not what everybody else is doing, but what do I need right now? One more breath here. Okay, left forearm down. So lower your left hand and then the left elbow. Side plank on the other side, but we're on our forearm. Come on to the outside edge of the left foot. Yes, you are. Good. Right arm up. Send your attention to your sitting bones. Make your glutes switch on. You're doing amazing. Both forearms down, forearm plank. Knees can hover if you need them to hover. Okay, bring your knees in, yogis. Come back to sit, come back to kneeling. Yeah, you're doing it. Hands back behind you, interlace your fingers. Breathe in, lift your chest up. And then lower the chest to your thighs. The head down as you exhale, hands behind your back. Squeeze your palms together. Squeeze your shoulder blades. You're doing it, you're doing it. Good, for 3, wonderful. Relax your throat. 2, and 1. Let your hands draw you back up and then place them behind you. We're going to try our best to lift our hips off our heels and send the pelvis forward. I know, for 5, squeeze your sitting bones. You're going to get tired of me saying that, but keep doing it. For 4, the pelvis is lifting up and forward. 3, 2, and 1. Lower your heels, lower your hips, sorry, and then walk the hands either side of your feet. In fact, let's bring our hands slightly forward. It's almost like you're going to come into downward facing dog. We're going to do what we might call Lolasana preps. So the hands are going to be slightly forward or by your knees, but slightly forward might give you a little bit more support. You're going to do your best to draw your weight into your hands. Can you see my bum is lifting? But I'm going to stay on the tops of my feet and then lift my knees off the floor. I'm on the tops of my feet. If that's uncomfortable for you, come onto the balls of your feet, but don't get comfortable there. Keep your weight forward. The back is rounding. The weight is in our hands. That's it. You got it. You got it. And say yourself, I've got this. I've got this. One more breath. Well done. And then bring your hips to the ground. Well done. You're back to kneeling. Let your arms rise up. Deep breath in. And twist to your right as you exhale. Left hand to the right knee. Arms up, deep inhale. And then to the left, breathe out. Arms rise up, inhaling. Downward facing dog, exhaling. Okay, send the right leg to the sky for me. Deep breath. Look forward and place the foot between your palms. Let your arms rise up, high lunge this time, back knee off the floor. Reach your fingers to the ceiling. Yes. Standing split, lower your hands. It's a transition, left leg rises. And then bring your feet together, forward fold. All the way to stand, inhale, arms up above the head. Hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Good, second side, reach your arms up, breathe in, squeeze your sitting bones. Forward fold, all the way down. Half lift, inhale. Standing split, left leg, reach it to the sky, and then send it back. Lower the knee and raise your arms. Interlace your fingers and send your palms to the ceiling. Lengthen your arms out of your shoulders. That's it. Wonderful, wonderful. You're doing amazing. Hands to the floor. Come off the back knee. Forward fold. Lengthen out your front leg. We've got 3 breaths here. Raise the chest and make space. Fold into it as you exhale. Inhale. Think about the top of your head reaching toward the front of your mat, the front of your yoga mat. And then as you exhale, fold into that space that you're creating. Yeah, it's not just a pretty wave. Okay, side plank, left hand down, stepping the right foot back, right arm reaches up. Can you guess where I want you to bring your attention? Yes. And then think about your tailbone pressing towards your pubic bone. So the pelvis just takes on another level, right? It takes on another meaning of awareness. Good. Look down, you're going to bring your right hand down, right forearm down, and then over to side plank on your right side. Left arm up, sitting bones squeezing together, butt cheeks on fire. Okay, forearm plank, both elbows down. Let's stay here for a pause. Top of the head moving forward, the heels of the feet moving back. Back is rounded slightly, so we're not collapsing. The hips are lifting away from the floor. We need to create a little bit of fire in this practice. Fire is transformational. Fire cuts through any of the lower energy centers, such as attachment, fear, anxiety. You're doing amazing. Bring the knees in. You're like, oh, I thought you never asked. Come to your kneeling. And then you're going to walk your hands back behind you. You know where you're going, yeah? It's in your body right now. Lift the hips up, shoulders back, chest is lifting and expanding. If this doesn't feel good for you, don't do it. If your knees don't like it, don't do it. It's only going to get worse. It's not going to get better. Good, one more breath. Wonderful, hips down. Take your weight forward. This time we're going to come into our twist, but we're going to rise up onto the shins. So as you inhale, lift your hips. As you twist to your right, hover your hips. It's like you're moving in slow motion. Sink your hips towards your feet, but don't, yeah, you got it. And then breathe in, raise your arms up. Exhale to your left. Where's the power right now? Where is it coming from? Can we do one more on each side, breathing in? Let the control come from, yeah, you guessed it, your butt. Squeezing your gluteal muscles together. Last time on your left or your right. And inhale, raise up. Well done. And then we sit down, lower the hands. We've got one more preparation, or one more go with our Lolasana. So hands either side of your knees. If you need them to be slightly further forward, that's okay. Bring the weight forward, lift your bum, and then lift your knees into your chest. Press into your hands, you're looking back. You're going to tell yourself that you're a rock star. You're a superstar right now. Hold it if you can. 3. If you want to lift your feet, lift your feet. 2. And 1, lower. Woohoo! Well done. Downward facing dog. Oh, yes. Send your left leg up, yogis. Deep breath in. And then step it forward. Breathing out. Arms up. Breathing in. Forward fold, exhale, right leg up, standing split, reach your toes. And then feet together, top of mat, forward fold, relax your face. Rise to stand on your inhale, lift up, look up. Hands to heart center, exhaling. I'm gonna open my window. It's a little bit hot in here. Okay, let's come into a forward fold. Going all the way down, and then walk your hands over to your right hand side. So keep your feet where they are, but you're going to walk your hands around to your right. So you're trying to look behind you. You're trying to look behind your feet. My teacher Andrew does this all the time, and I just love it. It just takes us into a different part of the body. It takes our attention to our lateral side, our side of the body, ribs, armpit. So you're going to stay round to this right side, but bring your left heel towards your left sitting bone. Bend your knee and lift the foot off the floor. Okay, stage one. And if you're like, yeah, I'm good here, I'm going to stay, then stay and embody that. Or you're going to take your right hand towards your left foot. Just reach the hand back and it's going to be right there for you. You're still round to your side. And then play around with lifting the foot up, lifting the knee away from the floor. You're doing amazing. I'm going to keep the leg lifted. If you have the hand to it, release the hand. Walk your hands to the front, keep the knee lifted. And then begin to turn your left knee out. Come onto the right hand and take the left hand to the hip. So all of a sudden we've arrived in half moon. We've taken this bent knee variation. We're stacking the left hip on top of the right hip. At this point, your left arm can be up or your hand can draw to the foot. And similarly, play with it. Lift the thigh away from the floor. The heart, the chest is lifting. So there's a back bend, there's an arching in our back. Take another breath. If you have your hand up, release the hand down. Square the chest, square the hips. The knee is still lifted, but extend the leg back, standing split. Big step back to the back of your mat, left foot, and then reach your arms up. Hello. Interlace your fingers and send your palms to the ceiling. Inhale here. Keep the palms where they are, but you're going to draw them forward and let the chest round, like you're drawing the chin to your chest. So draw the arms forward in space, and then you're going to lift them up above the head, round the back, arch the back, and then pull the arms forward and round. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms forward, and then place the hands down. Right arm reaches to ceiling, you're in a twist. Okay, side plank. Same, but different. So take your weight into your left hand and foot and step your right foot back. At this point, you can take any variation of side plank. You can hover the foot. You can take the knee. You can take the foot into your hand. Go where you need to go. Take what you need to take from this. Aha. Wonderful. And then we're going to come back to center. Right elbow down, right forearm to the floor. Come onto the outside edge of your right foot, side plank on the right forearm. However, yogis, there's an invitation here to bring your hands together. So you're making a circle, you're making a loop with your shoulders, and then step your left foot behind you. So you're coming into wild thing on your forearm. Maybe the hands together, and that's going to ask you to create this arching in your back, this opening in your shoulders. And remember, you're a rock star, yeah? Whatever you're doing enough. Okay, forearm plank. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You're doing amazing. One more breath. Knees in, come to sit. Woohoo! We're going to take saddle. So we're going to take a pause. We're going to take saddle pose. So sitting on your feet, but take your knees wide, like you're coming into wide knee child's pose, right? But instead of coming forward, the invitation is to draw the weight back. So hopefully in this variation where you're sitting on your feet, your knees aren't going to feel it so much. If you like saddle where your hips are down on the floor and your feet are outside your hips, then go there by all means. Otherwise, we're going to do this variation together. If you feel there's a little bit more space, you can come down to your forearms. If you feel that there's more room to explore, you can lie on your upper back. You can bring the back onto the floor. If that takes you too far, it kind of takes me too far, to be honest, then you can stay where you need to stay. All of this is preparing you, yogis. Yeah.
preparing your body. You're doing amazing. Take another really long breath in. Long breath out. Come to your hands, lift up if you've gone any lower. Bring the knees together. I'm going to come all the way forward to tabletop and then lie down on our front. Oh, just give the back a little bit of a break. Even if you don't realize it, you've done already quite a lot of back bending. So rest your head, relax your feet, move if you need to move, or otherwise be still. Stay connected to your breathing, however, here. Try not to lose sight of that. Take another really long breath. Take your arms by your side for me. Palms facing the floor. Bring the feet together, press into your toenails. Keep your feet down, but raise your upper body. Arms reaching back for 5. Keep pressing into the tops of your feet. 4. Notice which part of your body is engaging without even me asking. 3, 2, and 1 lower. Okay, one more round, but maybe the legs also can lift. So raise your arms, upper body, toes, knees, thighs. Press into the pubic bone. You're doing amazing. Keep reaching back for 3, 2, and 1. Lower. Woo. Downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take a really long breath in. And a really long breath out. Look to the space in between your hands and either step or hop your feet into that space. Yes. Good. Okay. Walk your hands around to your left-hand side. Keep your feet pointing forward. And then shift your weight into your left foot, bend your right knee and point your heel towards your right sitting bone. Can you create a little bit more room? Can you walk your hands around even more? And feel that space opening up in your right lung. Yeah, nice. And then opposite hand to foot. Yeah. That's it. Same hand to foot is insanely hard. So if you were doing that, you were doing amazing. Yes. Okay, if you have the foot, gently release it, but keep it lifted. Walk your hands to the front. Yes, turn your knee out to the side and begin to stack your hip upon your left hip if it isn't already. Yeah, right hand to the hip, maybe the right arm up, preparing for this half moon shape. Maybe you take a hold of the foot, maybe you go there. It's like a play on Natrajasana, dancer, and half moon. The heart is lifting. I think of your back arching. Yeah. If you have the foot, gently release it, hands to the floor, square the shoulders, square your hips, and then lift your leg even higher for me. Point your toes, deep breath in. Step the foot back to the back of your mat as you exhale. High lunge, send your arms up. You're doing amazing. Interlace your fingers and send your palms to the sky. So we've come into this extension, spinal extension. And then as you send your arms forward, you're going to come into spinal flexion, round your back. I'm sitting down, but you're in a lunge, yeah? And then inhale, arms up. Yeah, arching. And then arms forward, rounding your spine. That's it. One more if you can for me. Breathe in. And breathe out. Way, hands to the floor, frame the foot. Side plank. Take the weight into your right hand and step your left foot to the back of your mat. Play with whatever you want to play with right now. Maybe the top leg becomes lighter and you hover the foot. And then lift your underside hips even further away from the ground as you do that. Yes, Steve. Nice. Yay. Then you're into forearm on the left side. Left hand down, left elbow down. Come onto the outside edge of the left foot, right arm rises. And then maybe here we join the hands together. So your left hand is on the floor, but can you bring the hands together into a hoop? And then step your right foot back behind you. Wild thing on the forearm. Think about your back arching, your hips lifting. Beautiful, guys. Trust yourself. You're doing amazing. Take your time to come back. Bring the feet to the back of the mat, forearm plank. We all love forearm plank. And say to yourself, I am at peace. I am at peace in my forearm plank right now. Start to walk your feet towards your elbows. You know we've got to go there, right? You know this needs to happen. And you're either going to be here and be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm at peace. I'm in dolphin and I'm okay. Or you're going to raise one leg and you're going to hop. You're going to lift into your balance. Or you're just going to try your best. Your best is always going to be enough. Nice, guys, really nice. This time, let's bring the knees in and take child's. Rest yourself. Rest your ribs, rest your face, rest your shoulders. Amazing. Just noticing the quality of your mind, of your breath. Okay, yogis. Take a really deep breath in for me. A deep breath out, and then let's come back into downward facing dog. So now that you're warm, and you're like, that was the warm up, but you're like, yeah, that was the warm up. Finding downward facing dog, finding a smoothness and a regular rhythm of your breath. Allow your right leg to sweep up to the ceiling and keep your legs straight for me here if you can. Point your toes, but begin to stack your hips. So your right hip stacks upon your left. And feel that your chest is turning to the right side slightly, maybe pressing more into your left hand. Bend your right leg, the one that's lifted, and keep the hips stacking. Flex your foot and re-extend the leg and then square your hips, square your chest, and then lift your right leg even higher. Bring the knee to your nose, shoulders forward, and you're going to stay here, but lower your knee toward the ground, but don't touch it. You're just going to hover and then pull the thigh back into your belly. Look forward, bring the foot between palms. We'll take warrior one, back heel down, arms up. Whoo. There's a gentle spinal extension in warrior one, back bend. So it's a fancy name for a back bend, right? I want you to be curious. Can you send your tailbone down? And actually, let's do this with eyes closed. Try to close your eyes here. Warrior one, close your eyes, feel into it. Can you lengthen out your lower back? Can you feel your tailbone is pointing down and see what happens when you do that? What happens in your pelvis? What happens in your butt cheeks? And then bring your attention to your feet and let them become more equal. Yeah, do they feel like they're both pressing equally down into the floor? Can you relax your shoulders or your neck a little bit more? Can you relax your jaw, your tongue, your mouth? And then open your eyes and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Straighten your front leg and take your left arm on top of your right, eagle arms, Garudasana arms. If this was uncomfortable, bring the hands to your shoulders, okay? Reach your fingers up
and your elbows away from your chest. Look up into humble warrior. Bend the front knee and lower the elbows down and the fingers down toward the inside of your foot for 5. Press into the outside edge of the back foot. 4, 3, long breath. 2, 1. Press into the front foot and raise your arms back up and re-extend, straighten your front leg. Arrive in warrior 2. Open the arms and bend the front knee. Change the feet if you need to here. I always find the feet are longer in warrior 2 compared to warrior 1, so you might need to do that. Okay, take your back arm around your lower back towards your front hip. From here, arch back, reverse warrior. Right arm up, maybe you're looking up. Keep your left arm behind you, but straighten your front foot, your front leg, and keep reaching back. Right arm to the side, you're standing up straight. Keep the arm behind your back into triangle pose. Reach your right fingers forward. So you're holding your right arm parallel to the floor. Left arm behind your back. Peel your shoulder back in space and look to the ceiling. Feet active, you're doing amazing. 2, and 1. Look down, right hand to the floor. Bend the right knee if you need to. Side plank, left hand down. Come onto the outside edge of your left foot. Step your right foot back. You've been here before. Right arm to the sky. This time, yogis, you have choices. You can either stay or come to wild thing. Step your right foot behind you and lift your hips up. Remember that arching of your back. The powerhouse right now is your butt. Squeeze and lift. You got this. Yes, you have. You're going to turn into a ninja right now and step your right foot to the top right hand corner of your mat. Look down and step it forward. Use your hand if you need. Warrior 1, back heel to the floor. Arms rise up. Deep breath in. Oh, deep breath out, we hold. 1 more breath. 1 more breath out. Let's straighten the front leg, hands behind the back. This time into either bring opposite elbow, hand to opposite elbow, or reverse prayer. Little fingers to the spine, heels of the hands together. Pyramid pose, deep breath in, lift the chest. Begin to tip forward over straight leg as you exhale. Lengthen your back and fold it with your breath. So your arm positioning here is an invitation to keep the chest open, the collarbones broad, so you're not collapsing your shoulders in toward the chest as you fold. Be mindful of that, whichever variation you have. The chest is open, the throat is open. We have this clear opening, this transition from heart to throat, aiding our communication. I am at peace. You're doing amazing. Press into the front foot, bend the front knee and come all the way back up for me to stand. Okay, from here, we're going to come into side plank again. So bending the front knee, place the left hand down. I'm going to keep my right arm behind my back as a tease, but you don't have to, right? So come onto your left foot, your left hand. Maybe your right arm stays where it was. Play around with switching it up a little bit. Really nice, guys. From here, we come into wild thing again. Oh, maybe the hand stays behind the back. Maybe. Beautiful. So nice. Take another long breath. Look to the front. Take a big step forward with your right foot, ninja style. This time, hands to the floor. Let's step back, plank pose. Deep breath in. We haven't done a chaturanga yet. Oh my word. Exhale, lower. My kind of practice, actually. Inhale, upwards facing dog. Over the feet, downwards facing. You know, right, that we have to go on the left side. And if that means that you need to take a pause right now and join when you can. Otherwise, let's send the left leg up. Keep it straight and stack your hip. Look underneath your left armpit. So your ribs are turning to the left. Try and keep equal pressure in your hands, however. Begin to bend your left knee and stack your hip even more. And then flex your foot, straighten your legs, square your hips, look back. Lift the left leg even higher. And then step it through for warrior one. Back heel down, send your arms up. All of a sudden, warrior one just feels like this familiar friend. And it's, do me a favor, if you can, if you feel safe to, close your eyes. Close your eyes and trust. Trust that the teacher is within you, because it is, yeah. We look outward for direction and support and reassurance, but the teacher is within you right now. So feel it. Beautiful. Open your eyes, take a longer breath in, reach your fingers higher, and a longer breath out to relax even more into it. Straighten your front leg, eagle arms, right arm sits on top. Yes, yes, yes. Lift your elbows and your fingers on your in-breath. Humble warrior as you exhale, bend your front knee, lower your arms to the inside of your thigh for 5. Yes. 4. Pull yourself into the space, into your heart, into softening your expression. Beautiful. 2. And 1. Raise back up, press into the front leg and lift back up and straighten the leg. And then we unravel into warrior 2. Change what you need to change. Beautiful, guys. Right arm behind the lower back toward the front hip crease. Reverse warrior, left arm overhead, reach it back behind you. And then press into the front foot and straighten your front knee. Reach back even further here. Beautiful. Come back to center. So you're standing upright. Left arm forward, and then you're going to reach your fingers forward. Preparing for Trikonasana, but if you can, you're going to hover here. Keep rolling your right shoulder back. Peel your right ribs back. And as you do that, notice your underside ribs are willing to draw upward. Yes, yes, yes. We're into side plank. Look down, lower the hands, and come onto the outside edge of your right foot. Left arm up, any variation. From here, we can hold, or we can find wild thing. Left foot back, stay on the ball of your foot, and lift your hips up. We've got our ninja step forward. Look to where you're going to step your foot and do it with all of your being. Warrior 1, yes, back heel down, inhale, arms up. We'll stay here for 3. Lower belly lifting in. 2. Keep drawing your front ribs together. Mine especially just like to flare out, yeah? Really feel like you're knitting the front of your rib cage together. We straighten the front leg and we take hands behind our back, either opposite elbow or reverse prayer. Deep breath, lift the chest. On your exhale, begin to pivot forward and fold along your left leg. Elbows lifting, shoulders lifting also. You got it. Beautiful, guys. If you have reverse prayer, think about heels of hands together. Think of that symbol you're creating with your palms right now. Okay, we need to press into the front foot to raise up, bend the front knee, lift back in through warrior 1. And then we find we come into wild thing. So we lower the right hand into side plank. Maybe there's a play with the left hand behind the back. And maybe we continue that as we step back into wild thing again. Through repetition, we learn. If we only ever did something once, how on earth are we going to learn from it, right? That's why nature is so giving in her teachings. She continuously repeats so that we can learn. Okay, ninja style, step forward, yogis. We find our way to plank, like it was all meant to be, breathing in and breathing out, chaturanga. Lifting through your up dog, over the feet, into your downward facing dog. Okay, from here, let's look forward. Either step or hop your feet into the space in between your hands. We're going to take a moment here, ragdoll if you wish, feet wide, bend your knees. Oh, let your arms relax. Relax your upper back, relax your face. If you want to move, move. If you need to be still, honor that. Beautiful. Okay, yogis. Slowly, slowly to center. Press into your feet, bend your knees, arms heavy, roll up to stand. And once you arrive, maybe you feel comfortable to close your eyes and take a pause. Place your arms and your hands wherever they need to be, on you or by your side. Let your arms relax by your sides. Open your eyes if you wish. Bring the feet together. We're going to try to create a little bit of balance here. Hands can be by your side on your waist or at heart center. It's entirely up to you. And maybe for the moment, you fix your eyes on something in front of you that isn't going to change, move, okay? And then come onto the balls of your feet, raise your heels up. And then simply sink the heels back down again. Maybe with the breath, inhale, raise the heels. And exhale, lower. Now, how would that feel if I were to ask you to close your eyes? How does that change? The next time you come onto the balls of your feet, can you stay there? Can you do that with eyes closed? Open your eyes if you need to. We're going to stay on the balls of the feet, but begin to bend the knees. Slowly, we come down to kneeling. Okay. Yes, I find that so hard with eyes closed. Like, what is that about? Take your knees wide if you can for me. So we just take a bit of a groin stretch. We're still on the balls of the feet. We're balancing on the toes. My eyes are open. It's your choice whether you have eyes closed or not, okay? From here, with a little bit of grace, can we come to land on our seat? Take the arms forward if you need to, lean the chest forward and come to land. Oh, I know. And then take your feet wide, toes are turning out. Hands can be, it's like you're in a yogi squat, but your hips are down. Hands can be together, knees can be to the inner thighs. Amazing. Okay, we're going to look over the right shoulder and place the right hand as far back as we can. Some of you have done this with me before. You may have done this without me before, and that's okay. So you're going to look over your right shoulder. And you're going to really begin to draw your weight into your feet and send your left arm overhead and lift your hips up. Yeah, you can. And then sink your hips back down and come back to where you started. Yes, yogis, hands to the heart. And then left hand to the left side of your yoga mat. So keep it on that same side. Look over your shoulder and then raise your hips up and reach your right arm overhead. Come back to your seat when you're ready and try that again each side for me. Lifting, and maybe you stay. Maybe you're like, oh, I want to stay here. I don't want to come back down yet. Maybe from there you can find your way into full wheel. Maybe that feels available to you.
Yes. So nice, guys. If you're in wheel, come to lie down. If you've just been moving between hands, come to your seat, and then we'll all come to lie down. Ah. Take your feet, keep your knees bent, but take your feet as wide as your yoga mat and then bring your knees together. Hands can be on you. Just take a pause here. You have done everything now. You have done everything that you've needed to do in order to create this shape in your body. And maybe you've done it. Maybe you're like, yeah, tick, I'm good. Or maybe we can just prepare for that last little bit of yang, that last little bit of movement where you bring the feet as wide as your hips. Knees are pointing up. And try not to bring your feet too close. I find that there can be so many conflicting cues when we prepare to come into bridge here. Like the feet need to be in touching distance, they need to be close to your heels. Be your own teacher, do what makes sense to you. But when you think about it, the closer your feet are into your hips, the shorter distance you're going to create in your back bend. So if you find that any back bending is a challenge for you, I would recommend taking your feet a little bit further away than you would perhaps usually. Try it. You're either going to come into supported, or you're going to bring your hands by your ears and maybe lift onto the top of the head, power into your feet, and then notice what muscles you need to recruit that you've been working all morning long, right? Let them give you the power to find the strength here and lift up. Whether that's supported, whether that's just lifting the hips. Amazing. Absolutely wonderful. Amazing. Give yourself an enormous hug. Our bodies are extraordinary, aren't they? They really are. Sometimes we don't always feel that. We feel like we're like, oh, the amount of times I hear people say, oh, I wish I found it sooner. I wish I found yoga sooner. And it is hard because we're having to almost undo years and years of routine, of habit. We're having to undo it all. But whenever you start is the perfect time for you. It's always perfect. It is. I'm going to give you a few moments now, guys, to either begin to settle. I think a long Shavasana today might be just the ticket. But as you move toward that, if you feel like you need to do something, if you feel like you need to go upside down, if you need to twist, if you do need to come into happy baby, whatever you feel is appropriate to do in these next maybe 2 minutes, take that time. Take the time for yourself. You deserve it. You wholeheartedly deserve it. And when it feels like it's the appropriate time to begin to quieten the body, then take whatever preparations you need. If you would feel more comfortable to sit, then you are more than welcome to do that. Otherwise, finding Shavasana, whether that's lying on your back, your front, your side. Always, always take what you need from this. Let yourself settle, let yourself be comfortable in your body. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are, so fully alive that when you open your eyes, the world looks differently, newly born and vibrant, just for now. Allow your attention to softly return to the space that you rest in. Noticing the ground, the air in the room. Just noticing the quietness, the peace, the stillness. And when you feel like it is appropriate to break that stillness with movement, allow movement to occur. If you feel like you need to, if you're lying down and if you feel like you need to invite energy into your day, turn over to your right side. If you feel like you want to stay in this introspective, still quiet space energy, then turn over to your left. If you're unsure, you can always just roll forward. Neither's wrong, neither's right. Come up to seated when you're ready. Allowing your palms to join if that feels comfortable for you. And know that this is a symbol of prayer in recognition of yourself, of your higher self. A coming together of every part of you, your human experience, your spiritual, your energetic, emotional experience, all joining in union. And the act of you bowing toward that is an honoring of yourself, recognizing your greatness. We do so with a humble and grateful heart. And let us not let's finish our practice today with the chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So Shanti is peace, and we repeat it 3 times so that we can invite peace to ourselves. We can invite peace to those around us, and we can invite peace to all living beings, every creature on this planet, every person, even if we have differences with them. We extend out peace to all and every individual and living being. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Inhale to chant. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste. I bow to you with love, gratitude. Thank you so, so, so much. You fill my heart with joy. You really do. Thank you for being here today.